Hi, this is Larry. I'll be talking about test-driven development in this video. So, my agenda includes what is TDD first. Then I will introduce acceptance test-driven development. Yeah, and what's the relation to the test-driven development? Thirdly, I will talk about what role the automation play in this process. So test-driven development is obviously a developer tool. It's about writing testing code first. Then you will be writing functions to pass all your tests. I think this is a pretty effective process to track the bug. And but the inefficient part is that sometimes the amount of testing code is way greater than the actual implementation. If there's no change from customer, it's pretty okay. If a customer make changes after you have done all the tests, you will be changing all the tests and the implementation. So there will be no efficiency. I think it's better to add acceptance test driven development on top of TDD because as the definition of a TDD says, it's a communication tool. It involves constant communication between customer and the developers. So the changes could be realized at the early stage of the development process. And I think this process just ensure customer will satisfy with the requirements. Yeah, some other definition is about ATD is about testing requirements, whether the requirements satisfies what customer want. I think on top of ATDD and TDD, automation can even make the whole testing process more efficient. I'm not only talking about test execution. I think test execution can be easily automated, but I'm not entirely sure about the test generation. Not sure if there is tool to generate all possible tests, but personally, I was studying in a school. I was taught to write a small contract before each function. This contract basically describes the property of the input and output. For example, whether the output or input will be alternated or not, and there are a bunch of property to say. Then the compiler will translate this little contract, then come up with all the possible tests, and as the tester, you can even add more tests if you don't think the generated test is enough. This is a pretty flexible, but the professor said something like, "It's pity we are teaching you something the industry will never be using." That's all about the test-driven development.